Welcome to the SJ Child Show. This episode is sponsored by Water and Body Basics. Visit 3440 South, 5600 West, West Valley City, Utah. Mention SJ Childs today.
And welcome to the SJ Child Show. I'm your host, SJ Childs, and today I have some incredible guests all the way around the world. We have, I'm going to say it wrong because it was just in my head, TWS. Is that correct? Okay, good. I got the letters right. TWS Sports Cast is in a sports podcast in the UK. And today we have Adam and Tom coming all the way from the UK. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you very much for having us today.
So great to have you here. And I'm just so honored to have the time. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and your podcast and how we connected.
So my name's Adam, and I am a teacher at a special needs school in England, in Wolverhampton. And I've been teaching for 10 years. So I recently moved to this school in Wolverhampton last year from my previous school. And I love it. It's a fantastic school. Our school is for children and young adults with autism. So every day is so rewarding teaching them. I really, really enjoy it. And well, I'm sure we'll come on to it more, but recently we set up the TWS Sports Podcast. And it's going really, really well. The students that host it with me are fantastic. The guests that we have on it have been incredible. And hopefully it will continue going strength to strength.
Definitely. What about you, Tom? How do you feel about being a host of a podcast?
I feel really honored about it, and I love taking part in it and finding out different facts about people and learning more about them. And
Oh, it's so incredible. And so just for our viewers to understand, Tom also has autism. And we're just so honored to celebrate and have you here with us today to hear your story and everything. I'm so excited. Tell us a little bit about growing up for you. Is that okay? Could you give us a little bit?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, growing up with autism has always been kind of a challenge. Over the years, I have kind of learned to sort of accept it, but there's always been kind of that pressure always applied to me. I've always been a bit talkative, but there's always that extra I think I should add more. And I eventually learned I had it, and it was kind of like a shock, but it wasn't really much of a big deal because I learned that's just something that you just have to go with. That's fine.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, I love that. And I think that your attitude is wonderful and inspiring to others because, I had the chance to speak with Nigel for just a second when he was in there, and he was so brilliant and said exactly what I told him he must be in my mind or my attic, because he said, autism is a different way of thinking. It is a way that we should all be comfortable with and help support, because neurodiversity is in our world and we can't turn our eye to not see it because it's right in front of us. And we need to help others to learn to embrace it and support one another in this journey. And, I found personally, I'm not sure how you guys feel, but I found that the autism community is one of my absolute favorite places to be. It's like this secret club that nobody else gets to be a part of because they don't understand. And so I think I'm honored to be able to be a part of it. What type of, did you play sports when you were a child, Tom, or do you play sports now?
Occasionally I'll play sports now. If I had the opportunity with others, I'd definitely play football, aka soccer. I've always also wanted to actually have the opportunity to try American football because I've actually had more of an interest of it recently. I got more into that 2 years ago, and in my childhood, I wasn't really originally fully into sports because that kind of like boosted more later in my childhood because I realised, oh, it's actually quite fun. I used to do club sometimes time after school, and that helped my interest in it more.
I love that. And now that you're doing this sports podcast, what is your favorite sport now?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite, but I've always had a close spot for football, really. But I always love the variety. It's kind of hard to like keep on all of them, but I always have a kind of like, oh, I should just learn that little bit extra about it.
That's wonderful. And is there a specific player out there that you like, a favorite player or somebody that you really admire?
I don't really have a favorite, but I don't know the best way to word this. I like them evenly, and I respect that.
I think that's amazing. That's perfect, right? That's what everybody would probably hope for, that they were admired and respected equally. I love that. That's great. What are some of so you've been doing the podcast and you've been meeting people from all over the world as well. Mm-hmm. That's incredible. Do you have any desire to travel, in your life, or is there anywhere you have a bucket list that you want to go visit anywhere?
Probably my top 3 places that I would be, well, actually, no, scratch that, 4 I like to go to is Norway, Japan, Korea, and I've always had an interest in America in general. I've always wanted to visit there. So
agreed. We will do double trips and camp out at each other's houses. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's amazing. I also was sharing, I also have 3 kids with autism and a husband with autism. And so I have a really great perspective and lens to view it through. And my son, who is only 11, loves Japan, and he really wants to go to Japan someday. So I think it's really great to encourage and empower our kids to reach their dreams, to, live and do what they want. So I think that's incredible. How is your family supporting you being a podcaster? And is that fun? Do they love to watch all your videos?
Yeah, I think my parents are really grateful that I've been given this opportunity. I think they're like proud of how I get involved with it all, and yeah,
certainly,
it's a fantastic job, and the school are very proud of you. I speak to Tom's mum and dad quite often, and they give really good feedback and are very proud and impressed with Tom. And even the short time we've been doing the podcast, Tom and the other Tom who come with us today have made so much progression and have done really well in their questioning techniques. Every week when we have a guest coming on, we'll research the guest, and Tom and Thomas will come up with some great questions to ask the guests. So even in the short space of time we've been doing it, the progress that the 2 boys have been making is fantastic, and something that maybe they might not have done without this opportunity that we've given them.
Yeah, I think it's incredible. And, even for me, without having autism, like, podcasting has helped me just be happy with so many things. Like, I think that I even found a new love for myself through podcasting, which is a fantastic thing to be able to say. That's wonderful. So when you guys, have your, like you said, you do your research, you ask the questions, what is your favorite question to ask, Thomas? Is there like a question that you like to ask everyone or anything? A good pop question?
I'd say my favourite question is because I actually want to know if that's ever happened to them, is especially the prank one.
No.
Because sometimes the actual answer you get is actually pretty surprising because there's always different shenanigans.
Yeah, so we ask each guest what their favourite prank they've been involved in with.
I love that.
Prank they've done on a teammate. Yeah, some of the answers are quite funny and quite interesting.
I bet. No, that's a really fun question.
We always ask that one. We always ask as well, if you could have dinner with 3 people, who would they be and why?
Yeah. What about you, Tom? I want to ask you that question. I'm re-questioning your question at you. If you could have dinner with 3 people, Tom, who would they be?
Well, one of them is definitely Michael Jordan. Second one is probably an actor, maybe Keanu Reeves.
Ooh.
And then my third one would be a boxer. And to be honest, I don't mind like any boxer like Mike Tyson or someone else, literally anyone.
That's amazing. I love that. What do you think you guys would discuss?
We'd probably discuss like how their life's been going and what's been going on in their day and what was the last movie they watched. I don't know what movie they probably watched in their day.
You like movies?
Yeah, I love movies.
Wonderful. What's your favorite movie right now?
My favorite movie has to be Jaws. Yeah, I had a interest in that since my childhood because my dad used to like tell me about how he got like fears of it, and then because of just hearing different talk about it and it referenced in culture, I wanted to find out about it. And what made me like it more was it actually helped Steven Spielberg with his film career, because if it wasn't for that film boosting in popularity, he probably wouldn't have made all the other films he made in his career.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. There's another gentleman who worked on Jaws, Carl Gottlieb, and through just a random acquaintance, he knows him. I wonder if I could put you guys in touch. That would be really cool. Random. That's wonderful. I love that. I love that. Serendipity. Isn't that the truth? Well, I think that's amazing what you guys are doing there. It sounds like that school is incredible. And, oftentimes, I hear of these places and these great schools and kids getting all this support. Unfortunately, we haven't had the best of luck here where we live. And so I've been homeschooling my kids for 5 years now. I do use like an accredited school system to do it so they get all the right education and everything. But yeah, it's definitely been tricky to try to put that social piece into the bit. So yeah, that's interesting. Can I ask you a personal question, Tom? How old are you, first off?
17.
Okay, I thought you were older. What about dating? Is that something you're interested or are looking into doing, or are you dating?
Well, I am technically like looking for someone. I do have like the occasional crush, but like it's not really like serious. But I do definitely want to be in a relationship with someone.
I love that. I think that's amazing. I wish that there were more like dating services for autistics. They had that one, I don't know, it was a show a while ago where they had like a dating service. I can't remember if it was in the UK or in Australia, but yeah, incredible service and something I've thought about a lot, just because it's so important that we help, our teens learn how to branch those communications and bridge those gaps of things to have in common. So I think that's incredible. That's really inspiring. I love it. Well, I really, really thank you so much for coming on to the show today. Where could we go to find your podcast?
What? Yeah. Oh, I thought. So examples going.
So yeah, we are the TWS Sports Podcast, and we're available on all podcast apps. So Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music. Spotify. So yeah, please go and check us out. We're on social media as well. So if you just search TWS Sports Podcast on all social media channels, we'll come up. And yeah, please give us a listen. We've got a great range of guests covering a range of different sports from a range of different countries. So hopefully there'll be something for everyone to enjoy. And at the heart of all our podcasts is autism. So each episode we chat about autism. We actually spoke to a Commonwealth Games gold medalist a few weeks ago who is autistic, and he spoke very passionately about his positive and negative experiences of autism in sport. So yeah, please check us out, give us a listen, and we would really appreciate your support.
100%. And I'll make sure to have all the links down in the description so you won't miss a beat. Be able to find them and go. Are you guys on YouTube also?
No.
Okay.
No, that's the only one we're not on. No, not YouTube.
Okay, great. Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad to have this opportunity to come to the UK this morning. Yay for me. and get to it's only 6:30 a.m. here, so I'm just having my cup of coffee and getting ready, for the day. So what a wonderful way to start my day. And I really appreciate and honor your time and the message that you're sending. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fab. Thank you so much for getting up extra early as well and chatting with us. We really, really appreciate it.
Such a pleasure. And my mind is just like, click, click, click. I have all of these people and ideas that I want to send to you. So we'll definitely be in touch. And I'd love to just give you guys some referrals and stuff. I have some people in my mind. So we'll be in touch for sure. Once again, thank you so much for being here today. And we'll definitely talk soon. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.